What's up everyone and welcome back to the channel. In this video we are going to talk about some great heroes, a great team without limited heroes to beat GRAULEN 31 to 35 depending on your gear, on your stats, on your heroes. We are going to talk about that. Okay, so as you can see on the screen, this is the team I was talking about in the introduction. Here I have Nidrold and Nita as DPS. I'm using Nordak because he's mandatory if you want to push high content, especially if you don't have limited heroes. Then I'm using Catherine, she is free to play. And I'm using also HAL 9000. If you don't have HAL 9000, you have other solutions, but it might be still really hard without him because he protects a lot your team. So, enough talk, let's run the fight and see what happens. Nordak is great here because he applies damage immunity and block debuff, and so I take no damage at all on the first turns of the battle. It happens every wave, so it's really important to have Nordak. Then I have HAL 9000, he applied the ally protection here on all my heroes. He needs the exclusive 3 to have more HP, otherwise it is not gonna work. So then I have 2 damage dealers here, and the goal is gonna be to deal a lot of damage to enemies. Okay, that time it didn't work. It's not 100% chance, but it's just to feature some great heroes. Normally it should work easier than that. It's the first time it happens to me to die on the first wave though. So, let's do it again. Catherine is great for the counter attack, so you can place more dots on enemies and kill the waves faster, and also the boss, because you need to place a lot of debuffs, a lot of dots on the boss to kill him fast enough. Otherwise, you are gonna die. You can't tank the boss for too long. Okay, so the first wave is almost done. Place to the second wave. Here I'm doing the same, okay? I keep the damage immunity of my Nordak after the first wave so I can reuse it here, and I'm going to do the same for the next wave. Same for the counter attack and the shield of Catherine. I don't care about the consolidation, I want the counter attack for the next wave. This is why in the smart casting I blocked the ultimate only. Okay, so the second wave is almost done. Then the third wave is really hard to beat. We are gonna see if it does work. So, I kept my ultimate on my Nita so I can nuke all the enemies, and it's important to kill Mutus fast enough. Hope my Nita can survive. So I have the ally protection, my Nita is still alive for now, I have a shield, and this is thanks to the ally protection coming from HAL 9000. Without that, she would be dead. And now the goal is gonna be to have the damage immunity really often, and the shield all my heroes, so the boss is not taking too much damage, too much attack. Because when he hits you and you don't have a shield, he is getting some attack bonuses, so you want to avoid that. And in that team, Nordak is great because he provides a shield every turn on my heroes, the damage immunity, and I have also Catherine for the extra shields and the counter attack, and so as you can see I can place an interesting amount of dots on the boss. Now he's taking a lot of damage, but it's still not safe. If I take a crit and if I don't have the damage immunity on my heroes, I can die. This is why HAL 9000 is important, because he tanks a lot of damage from my heroes. And also he has a ton of HP, and this is really important. So as you can see here, he is in repair mode, because normally he should be dead, but thanks to his unique kit, he didn't die. And he protected all my heroes, and so they are still alive, and I can continue the fight. Okay, I lost my Nita. That doesn't mean I'm gonna lose the battle. It's gonna be hard, but I can still win, I think. Okay, so as I said, The goal of this video is not to show you a team to beat GRAULEN 35 without limited heroes with a 100% win rate. It is to show you some kind of great heroes you can use without limited heroes if you don't have the specific exclusives on them, and this kind of team can work. If you can't beat GRAULEN 35, try to beat GRAULEN 34 or 33, 32. You are still gonna get a lot of drops. It's still gonna be interesting, and it's working. Okay, close. Okay, I have the damage immunity. Yeah, Nordak is just completely broken for this kind of content, as I said on all my videos. He's dead. GRAULEN 35. I lost Nita, but it was okay thanks to the protection on my heroes. It was okay. If you don't have HAL 9000, you can put a Rista instead of him, so you are gonna have more damage and kill the boss faster. It can work. And also on waves, Rista can stun enemies. On the ultimate, it can work also. If you don't have both of them, you can use Seth. Seth exclusive 3 is gonna apply a big shield on your heroes and a tenacity buff at the beginning of the wave, and he can increase your damage by 40% with the attack buff, and also with Ripple, the basic attack damage you deal with your heroes and protect you and heal you over time during the fight. He is amazing. Then if you have limited heroes, put limited heroes. If you have Little Jack, you can put Little Jack instead of HAL 9000. It's gonna be way easier. If you have a Nicholas, you can put a Nicholas instead of him. It's gonna be way easier too, because they had no speed buff and no speed reduction on the boss, so Nicholas will help you a lot. Even if you don't have exclusives on him, exclusive 1 can be great, but just to have the speed reduction, the speed manipulation on the boss, it's important. So let's have a look to the stats of my heroes, because I have huge stats on my heroes. But one more time, you can reproduce that team at your level. It's okay if you can't beat GRAULEN 35, but you are probably going to be able to beat GRAULEN 33, 32, 33 with your stats. So let's have a look to the stats of my heroes. Oh, you know what, maybe just right before, let's have a look to the smart casting, okay, because it's really important. Here, HAL 9000, I'm using that skill first as the first action of the wave, and then I ban it, so I can get the cooldown back on the second wave. I'm doing the same on the second wave, and on the last wave, priority to the ultimate here, to the ally protection, and then genetic shock here to reduce the attack and the crit rate of the boss by a lot. Then for need rolled, I am using that on the first wave, okay, so I can deal more damage using the basic attack here on a single target. It's important, and I don't kill the wave too fast, so I can get the cooldowns back on my other heroes. Second wave, I'm using that. And third wave, I ban that skill because I want to apply more dots on the boss. I deal more damage using the basic attack than that skill here. Catherine, I'm using that, okay? Priority to that skill at the beginning of the wave, and then I ban it because it's important to have the counter attack. And if you do that, for example, over time during the wave, she can reuse that skill, and that means you won't have the cooldown back on the second wave. So it's important to do that, okay? And consolidation lets it open, so you are going to be able to tank easier during the wave. Same on the second wave, and on the last wave I have everything opened. And for Nordak, I'm using that on him, so I'm using that skill, and it's important to ban it so you can get the cooldowns back for the second wave. And on the last wave, normally I try to open with that. It's safer for my Nita, so I have the damage immunity when the Mutus try to kill her. So you can do that, or you can just let it like that. It's still gonna work. And then finally on my Nita, I'm using that skill as the first action, and then I ban everything, because if I use that skill, they are gonna die too fast, okay? Here I am banning that one, and I'm using only the first active skill here, so I can get the cooldown back and kill the Mutus faster on the third wave. Really important. And finally here, everything is opened. So now let's have a look to the stats of my heroes, because as I said, I have huge stats on my heroes, because today I have a big sanctuary. Just to show you, this is my current sanctuary. I have 16k points. That's a lot, okay? And in the talents, I have a lot of stats also, as you can see right here. because I'm an advanced player, so yeah, I have a lot of stats on my heroes. So let's have a look. Here, 2600 speed. It's okay to have some decent amount of HP, but you need to focus on the speed. You have to be faster than the boss with your Nordak to apply the damage immunity in time, especially if you don't have the speed buff or speed reduction on the boss. This is really important. So he plays every time right before the boss. Really important. Speed is more important than HP for dungeons, okay? But the more the HP you can have, the better, because you are gonna have more shields and more HP on all your heroes thanks to this unique buff. So I'm using him with a feather set and a speed set, and if you have a look to the equipment here, I have a crit rate set because he deals a lot of damage also, so it's important. You can put some more HP here, it's gonna be better for your survivability, okay? He's not here in dungeons to deal some damage, right? Here I have an HP 1 with some speed, etc., and here a speed 1 as the last artifact. So in terms of emblems, this is what I have on him. Everything to increase the support tab here, so he's providing more shields. He is not healing my heroes, but if you are using a recovery horn aura, it can be interesting. He is really tanky, so you don't need that one, because if he dies, your entire team is gonna die, okay? So it's important to have more speed on your heroes. Cooldown reduction can help a lot. And this is the aura I'm using on him, and this is the only one you want to put on him, okay? The more the HP, the better in dungeons. So I'm still lacking one extra star here. I'm gonna focus that, and then you can farm the faction abyss to get more levels here. It's gonna increase his HP, and so he's gonna provide a better shield and more HP to your entire team. So the more the levels on your aura, the better. Then this is my Catherine. This is another great hero, okay, with a huge stats. 2700 speed, you don't need that much, okay? The speed on Nordak, it does matter. If you have a bit more speed on Catherine than the boss, it's okay. If your Catherine is faster than Nordak, it's gonna be better because she is gonna have the buffs of Nordak longer. So, feather set and speed set, I have these stats on her, so you need only a speed and HP on her and maybe some healing effect, but as you can see I have no healing effect and she is still healing my heroes enough. Emblems, I'm using that at the moment on her. Everything to increase her heals and her shields, and so she is more tanky with that. So this is important to have that on her so she takes less damage and she has more speed. In terms of aura, I have a Combat Vanguard 0 star, so it's achievable. Okay, for my Catherine, you can put a recovery horn aura on Catherine if you want her to heal more your heroes, okay? It's gotta be interesting to put that. Okay, for that, then this is my HAL 9000. He's not really fast, okay? He could be better than that. It could be interesting to have more speed on your HAL 9000 than on your Nordak, so he could benefit from the damage immunity longer, okay? He has a double feather set and a lot of HP, and this is everything he needs: speed, HP, and maybe a bit of effect hit so he can place the attack down and the crit rate down on the boss. You have a 100% chance. The boss has a 115%, 110% effect resistance, something like that. So if you have 110% effect hit on him, you are guaranteed to put the debuffs, okay? Emblems, I'm using that. So he provides... he takes less damage. This is more for PvP. He doesn't take controls. He has more HP, and this is everything he needs. In fact, you can put this thing here, so he's gonna have more speed if you need some. And in terms of aura, at the moment I have no aura on him. He's gonna have a ton of HP during the fight, so you can put a recovery horn aura. Even if you don't have a lot of healing effect, he's gonna heal a lot your heroes. This is a good choice. Or you can put a skill master aura on him if you need one, if you can afford one. Or a combat vanguard aura, it can be nice too. Okay, and then let's talk about my DPS. This is my Nita. Okay, I'm not using that set. This is for PvP. I'm using that one. So she has a lot of attack and mastery, okay? crazy amount of mastery, 174%. One more time, do what you can do with your stats. It's okay if you can't farm a GRAULEN 35 with that team. Remember that that team doesn't have any limited heroes, so if you are farming a GRAULEN 32 or 33 using that team, it's still gonna be really interesting, okay? 2040 speed, she is exclusive 5, so she has 100 more speed. Effect hit, mastery, you don't need that much effect hit, but you need a lot of mastery and attack to deal more damage. 2 mastery sets, okay, this is basic sets, so you can farm that against Gwyneth, and I'm using the attack tab and the support tab. Maybe you can use that one instead. You're gonna take less crit damage, and so she will survive easier. Maybe it can be interesting to use that instead. Let me check. Yeah, that's that one instead. I'm gonna try to use that instead and see how does it work. But for PvP, I'm using that one, so I'm gonna keep that one for now and put that again here. In terms of aura, I'm using that one on her, so one more time, I focused her a lot, and so she has a great aura. More attack, more effect hit during the fight. Otherwise, you can use that one. This is the one I recommend to use because this aura is better when it's maxed out in stars, 24% mastery. It is better than that one with 1 or 2 stars, okay? And finally, my Nidroll is another great hero in my account. Where is Nidroll? He has a penetration set and a mastery set, a nice amount of speed, he's exclusive 4, 40k attack, and he has 172% mastery, 121% effect hit. This is another great hero with great stats. Emblems, I'm using that on him. Same comment as for Nita, you can use the defense tab if you want to stay alive longer, it's gonna be more interesting. He's gonna take less damage if you pick these two here and more defense. And I'm using this aura on him, 24% more mastery, and it's almost maxed out in stats here, so he has a decent amount of attack bonus, pretty interesting, and 20% HP is pretty nice. So that was all about the video, hope you enjoyed it. If it's the case, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and then see you in the next one. Bye bye.